Hello everyone, it's Suzanne Sky again, and I thought I would show y'all what I've been doing lately. So I made this pumpkin. I hope it looks more harvest gold than yellow. I had to use what I had, and I didn't have any orange yarn, but this was very simple. I'm not sure if I'm going to add maybe a leaf or something, or I don't know. There's several ways to make these, and I see them all over the internet right now in different ways. And I just used plain, what is it, acrylic yarn, and just double crochet all the way around, back loops only. And then I would turn it over and do it back the other way in double loops. So I don't know, I like it, but I need to try to get some orange yarn maybe. And here's the one that I'm working on now, burgundy, or what does it call it here? It says Red Cross something. Yeah, burgundy. So, and I just use a, what kind of hook? Size G hook. And just make a rectangle, and then I'll crochet it together so that it's tubular, and then just gather the top and gather the bottom and stuff it, and then gather the top, and then make a stem. And for the stem, I just Googled how to make a pumpkin stem in crochet, and kind of messed it up, or didn't follow the instructions correct, but it looked like a stem, right? But anyway, and then I hope to make some more of them in different sizes. And I've got other crochet projects I'm intending to do to try to make a dishcloth for myself. I made one before long ago, many years, and I don't even remember what color it was, but for some reason it just didn't work out for me. And I bet I made it too loose, too big stitches, and so this time I'm going to tighten it up, I think, and it might be better. I don't know if I'll use double stitch. This double crochet stitch, this is pretty sturdy, so that might do. But if not, I'll just use single crochet, and then I know it'll be sturdy. So what else? Oh yeah, I've kind of stopped with the granny squares for the cardigan I'm wanting to make myself. I don't know. I'll get back to it, I will. But I'm taking a break from it. And then I was going to show y'all the books I'm reading currently, or reading and going to read. You see this? It's Left to Tell, Discovering God Amidst the Rwandan Holocaust by Immaculée Ilibagiza. And anyway, it was the Hutus versus the Tutsis, I think it is. Did I pronounce that right? Hutus and Tutsis. But anyway, she, along with several other women, I think 7 others, were crowded together in a hidden bathroom in someone's house. And that someone was just he was a Hutu, but he was kind of borderline whether he was going to let them stay there or throw them out to be murdered, because the groups of the Hutus were just roaming around day and night looking for Tutsis to kill, and just you know, killing them outright, or sometimes not outright, but anyway, ending up killing them. So anyway, they hid in that tiny bathroom for how many? 3 months, I think it was, or maybe a little over 3 months. But anyway, the rest of our family, except one brother, but everybody else in the family was murdered. It's very sad what they could do, gosh, humans, you know. And then a book I ordered recently, Edgar Cayce, Encyclopedia of Healing. He lived in the, was it 40s? Anyway, he diagnosed illnesses from arthritis to sarcoma to epilepsy, and many of his cures have now been backed by recent medical science. And this is sort of a, like, well, an encyclopedia. Got everything from, well, you've heard, but I've read the glaucoma, no hope. But anyway, so far my glaucoma hasn't advanced too awfully much. He's got different kinds of cancer. What he said about that, and there's and you know, it's not big pharma, so that's good too. What is it? Hemophilia, abdominal hernia. Well, some of these I don't know how to pronounce, but they're cysts. Whoops, the wind's blowing my stuff away. Anyway, I looked up a few things. It's easy just to use it as an encyclopedia and look up what you're interested in, but eventually I'll get through all of it. And anyway, this, I forget who it was, somebody on YouTube mentioned it, or mentioned him, and I thought, yeah, I ought to get that and keep it for a reference, so I did. Oh, and another thing, oh, you know how it works for me when I try to move the camera, but let me fold up my, in fact, let me put up my bag here that I brought my things out in, and that way it won't blow off either. It's usually pretty windy out here. And that's one reason I wore the cap that my daughter-in-law gave me, but also because my hair is a mess. So let's see if I can show you the bench I was sitting on. And let's see, can you see that? I can't tell what I'm showing you actually. Maybe I should move up a bit. Yeah. Got that at a yard sale down the road from us yesterday, and it was $30. It does need some work. It's not the most well-made thing, and it needs to be painted, but anyway, I'm all for having more seating in the yard. Our lawn chairs are old, and they're the real cheap ones, and they've lasted pretty good, but some of them have broken, and I'm always worried that they're going to break when somebody's sitting in them. I love my old porch swing. It's you know, getting old too. It's very rusted on the top, but I also use it as part of a clothesline, so I can't get rid of it. But I wouldn't get rid of it anyway. And you know, the cushions have all gone. And my goodness, I checked at Walmart several times over this past year. I don't know why I get hoarse when I talk on here, but the cushions for it are way too expensive. They're like $60 each or something. I forget what it was, but it was ridiculous. So I like it just as well without the cushions in it. But, you know, it doesn't look as nice. So I don't know. I'm going to throw a blanket or something over it. You know, if we have company to sit outside or whatever. The kids sometimes come over and barbecue, you know, or have get-togethers and karaoke or something over here. So when there's something going on here, I'll cover it probably with a blanket and or a bedspread. That would work too. So, and we'll have this. But anyway, I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's a lot milder than it has been, and so I'm happy for that. And I don't rush the seasons anymore. People are, you know, right now everybody's saying, oh, I can't wait for autumn, I can't wait for fall. You know, this is just so hot, I'm miserable. Well, you know, it is hot, but it's South Texas. It's just the way it is sometimes. And yes, the hot spell this year has lasted a long time, over 100 every day. Sometimes even 120. But I'm not rushing it along. Fall is my favorite season, and it'll be here soon enough. As I'm making this, it's September 9th, I think, 9th or 10th, Sunday. And, you know, before I know it, it'll be Halloween. And I love Halloween, I really do. But since we moved from town and moved out here, we don't get any trick-or-treaters. And, oh, that was one of my favorite things. And I used to go into town to my oldest son's house and just set up camp there and do trick-or-treat, because our town really does it nicely. It's just, you know, a country town. It's not incorporated or anything. And I mean, there was always little, what do you call them, those four-wheeler little vehicle thingies that, you know, several people would get together and light those up with battery lights and pumpkins and stuff, and take their kids around, you know, so there'd be like 4 or 5 of them together going down the road, and with kids in them, you know, parents driving, but kids riding. And then they would just stop at houses, and it was so pretty to see just all those lighted vehicles. It was like a parade. And then other people put together hay rides for the kids to sit on. They would take a bunch of kids and put them in hay bales around, and most people would decorate it up almost like a float, like a regular parade float, with lights and all the Halloween stuff. And then they would stop at the houses, and the kids would jump off the trailer and go trick-or-treating, and I loved that. And one year there were 3 teenage fairies, and they got out of a car, and they were dressed alike in cute little fairy outfits. They had you know, it looked homemade, because they weren't the cheap, funky looking Walmart kind. They were fuller, but they weren't like from a costume store. Netting for, you know, fluffy netting tutus for the bottoms, and then, you know, one was pink, one was blue, and one was yellow, I think. And then they had some kind of wings back here, and their shirts were like just plain ballet shirts, long sleeved, but they matched the bottom. And anyway, then they had something on their heads, I forget what, and they had wands. They had some kind of little wands. And anyway, they got out of the car and they did a little circle dance in the yard before they came up to get their candy, and that was so cute. I just really like things like that. But you know, the last year that I did go into town for the Halloween, there wasn't nearly as much. I think there was one hayride playing and none of the little four-wheeler things. And anyway, but a lot of adults dress up too, you know, to take their kids. And it was really nice. And then there's music playing. The neighbors over there blast music. They have a big party that night, and a lot of Halloween music and just different things, decorations in yards, a lot of them, a lot of houses there decorate. Not as elaborately as they did, say, you know, 7 or so years ago, but you still decorate. And but I don't know, at my age and the way I usually physically feel, it's difficult to go sit out on in a yard, in somebody else's yard, and you know, for hours and hours. Just it just doesn't work for me anymore. I get too worn out. And anyway, so I don't know. Last year I stayed home. The year before that I had to leave for a trip the day after Halloween, so I didn't do anything for that Halloween. And anyway, I usually decorate the doors of our house and then inside some, but that's it. I've got a Texas flag hanging. I wish Walmart would have a Halloween flag or something. I would put it up for the night or for the whole month. But yeah, I still look forward to it. And I usually invite the kids or grandkids. We haven't got that many here close enough that, you know, and some of them are busy. They go out with their friends and their kids, and you know, don't drive to our little community to go out. So I don't know how it'll work out this year, but it'll be fine. And even if it's just my husband and I'll do something, some kind of Halloween food or something. So anyway, it's all good, right? Then of course after October comes November, which is Thanksgiving. And the kids that can, they'll come over then for Thanksgiving dinner, and after that is Christmas. And that's kind of getting more and more hard to deal with. I'm the worst gift giver. I never know what to give anybody, and then there's so many of them, I can't give everybody you know, a big gift or anything. And especially the men, you know, the boys, or our boys who are now men, you know, it's hard to buy for a man, so I don't know. And I hate to give money, that's just kind of cold, but it's useful. So we'll see. I don't know. What else? That might be all I have to talk about today. I've got to go get in the shower and get ready to go to Mass tonight. And I guess I'll go check on our little free library that we've got. My daughter-in-law, the one that lives nearer to me, and I went halves on a little free library. That was last November, so it's getting close to a year that it's been up. And it does great most of the time. And you know, we keep it stocked, and other people sometimes put books in there too, or they'll contact me, and you know, I'll go get a big box of books or something from them so that I can put them out when there's space there. So okay. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with the library thing. But anyway, if you've watched this long, thank you. And please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me. And if I've got my address in the description if you want to send a postcard or a note or letter or something. I'll be glad to answer it. I like doing things like that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.